Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great day. It's been about a year now that we've been on this journey, and it's been my pleasure to be along with you. In fact, as I look at my calendar and it says March 15th, I remember on March 15th a year ago that it was the first Sunday that we had to make some quick adjustments to our worship services. So I'm glad to have been able to share this year with you, and I trust that the Lord will keep providing for us throughout the coming year. There are good signs as we read the news and look ahead, and we can be thankful to the Lord for the way that He is providing for us every day. Well, I've been thinking about children over the last little while, and specific for obvious reasons. Given a great visit that I had last week in my home from our granddaughter and daughter-in-law. It was a blessed time, and we're thankful for that opportunity. I shared with you a little bit about Psalm 127 and how it tells us that unless the Lord builds a house, we labor in vain who build it. And it's referenced not just simply to construction, but really it's a psalm about building homes, about building lives. And in that psalm, later on, it talks about how children are an inheritance from the Lord. How children are a great blessing given to us by God. And whether we have many or few in our lives, the children in our lives certainly are blessings given to us by God. And we can be thankful for the children that cross our paths and we have opportunity to interact with and point towards Jesus Christ. That got me thinking about something that happened in my life right around this time of year. In fact, when the potholes and the frost heaves hit the road, it was a number of years ago, and I remember driving along and hitting a heave in the road right around the time I was bursting out laughing because of this. It's called the kid test. And it was, I first heard it on the radio listening to Chuck Swindoll driving along. His daughter had sent this kid test along to him, and as she shared it with him, he decided he would share it with those who were listening to him that day. The kid test shows you if you're ready to have children. And at that time of my life, having small children in my home, I couldn't help but laugh. In fact, I almost laughed myself right off of the road. Well, the first part of the kid test is called the mess test. In the mess test, you haul the sofa out from the wall, you cover it with peanut butter, and then you circle that peanut butter with crayon. Then you go outside, put your hands into the wet flower garden, sufficiently soil them, and then bring those hands in and rub them all over top of the peanut butter and the crayon mark at the back of the sofa. The second part of the test, the extension of the test, is if you want to really try it out, is to get a fish stick, hide it strategically underneath of the sofa so that no one can find it, and leave it there all summer. In the fall, when you get this strange smell in your living room, you'll know that you have passed the mess test. The next one is called the toy test. To accomplish this test, you obtain 55 gallons of Lego, strew it all over your home, and then have a friend of yours blindfold you. Then you make your way along throughout your home, trying to make it to the bathroom or to the kitchen without mortally wounding yourself. If you cry out during that walk, you fail the toy test. Then there's the grocery test. I love how he put it, borrow one or two small animals. Goats are best. Yeah, that's for sure. Take them with you to the grocery store, set them loose, but always keep your eye on them. And if they eat something or break it, you have to pay for it. That's the small animal test in the grocery store. Then there's the dressing test. To pass this test, obtain one large unhappy octopus. Try to stuff it in the bag, in a net bag, ensuring to make sure all the arms are inside the bag. Then there's the night test. To prepare for that, you have to obtain a small cloth bag and fill it with 8 to 12 pounds of sand. That sand needs to be wetted and then soaked through thoroughly with water. At 8 p.m. you begin to waltz with that bag of sand. At 9 p.m. you lay the bag down. Set your alarm for 10 p.m. because you have to get up then and pick up the bag and rock the bag, waltz the bag around the room until about 4 a.m. Singing all kinds of songs, making up new ones even, so that you can lay the bag down, set your alarm for 5 a.m., and then get up, make breakfast, and smile. Repeat this for about 5 years, and then you will have passed the night test. And then there are physical tests list. There's the release them and be embarrassed test, which you can probably fill in the blanks on that as to the funny things that children can say. Then there's the one about coming home from the trip test. But the one that stands out at the end of the whole chart is the test to it's your final assignment. It's your defined couple that have a small child. Give them a lecture on how to improve their discipline, tolerance, patience, toilet training, table manners, all manners of things regarding children. And then you have to be firm. You have to make sure that that you know that there are these ways that they can improve their parenting. And you emphasize to them that they should never allow their children to run rampant anywhere. You need to enjoy this experience, the test says, because it will be the last time in your life that you will have all the answers. How true that is. And it hits us as funny. But what a great journey it is to look after children, to help them to grow. And here's one last one for you as a pastor. There's always the risk of sharing with children stories from the Bible that maybe you might not always get it right. In fact, there's a story about little Jimmy. He had come up to the front for the children's story. The pastor was telling them the story about Lot and his wife. As he was there, little Jimmy heard the story from the pastor and how the pastor was relaying to them that God told Lot, "Lot, take your wife and flee from the city." Well, the pastor filled in the detail about how it's important to pay attention to what the Lord says and to hear and act upon what he does. And so he told the children, including Jimmy, as Jimmy's intently listening, about how Lot's wife turned back and turned into a pillar of salt because she didn't trust by looking forward. Little Jimmy threw up his hand and said, "Yeah, but what about the flea?" I hope you're having a great day. God bless you.